Welcome. I don't know who you are, brother. Whether you're from my relatives or from my university friends, but welcome. Okay. So, yes, brother. Can you turn off your mic, please? Okay, very good. Thank you. So as I texted earlier in the WhatsApp group that despite the very little interest in the session, I will deliver it, and here I am. For I had planned for it that I will deliver this session. So first of all, let me tell you that I'm not a qualified IELTS instructor, nor am I a British Council or IDP member. I'm someone like you, just a step ahead of you guys, those who have not taken the IELTS test, but they want to. So the knowledge that I had gained while I was preparing myself for the International English Language Testing System, or IELTS, I would like to I would like you guys to take benefit of it, take advantage of it. So that's why I'm here. Uh, I'm delivering this lecture. So sorry. I want to convey what I have, and if I make mistakes, my apologies for that. But as I said earlier, I'm not a qualified IELTS teacher. I'm only, I'm someone who has taken IELTS and that's it. But I do have some knowledge, which I want to, transfer it to you. So that's why I'm here. So we had a session before Eid al-Adha, like 1.5 months ago, which had a few participants at least. And that session was a general introduction of the IELTS test. So now we are moving, like as you might know, the IELTS has 4 modules or 4 skills. We have the listening, we have reading. These are, by the way, the receptive skills. Then we have writing and speaking, which are the productive skills, in which we produce something in response to the question that will be asked, or that is asked. So today I'm very comfortable with reading. So that's why I chose reading, the first module to be taught to you guys. Without any further clarifications, let's kick off the module. So reading is one of the, there are not many modules, in fact, not many skills, but reading is among the 2 most difficult skills in the IELTS test, or modules. The first one for me, the most difficult one, is writing, and followed by reading. But due to the fact that I took a lot of tests before uh, actually sitting in the IELTS exam with British Council, so I took advantage of my time, and I had good grip on my reading. So Alhamdulillah, I ended with a band score of 8.0 and reading. So this is the first lecture. As you know, the most of the teachers who, sorry, teach IELTS, they take 3 lectures for each module, like speaking and writing and reading as well, and lastly, listening. Okay, so this lecture will not suffice, is not sufficient for the reading module, but I'm going to try to tell you to explain what are some of the things that you should do and what are some of the things that you should not do. And of course, I will put some I will shed some light on the types of questions, which are 7 to 8 types of questions I think we have in reading. So let's begin the presentation. I'm going to share my screen. So Brother Shafiq, can you see the presentation? Yes, are you here with us? I can't hear you.
Yes.
Okay, okay, great. So the IELTS reading module is consisted of 3 passages, and every passage has 13 questions, 13 or 14 questions, depending on the exam. So 2 of the passages will surely they will have 13 questions, and the remaining third paragraph, the passage, it will have 14 questions. So a total of 40 questions is the reading test is consisted of. So we have 7 to 8 types of questions in the reading module of IELTS. And there are some of the things which you should do and some of the things which you shouldn't do. So before you even begin to practice, you should have the understanding of the do's and don'ts, which is why I have prepared this presentation for. So let's begin the presentation. The do's and don'ts of reading. First of all, the questions, it has instructions which tells you what to do. So you read the headings first or the thesis statement if given. The passage must have a heading, and it can have a thesis statement or it might not have it, but most probably most of the passages will not have a thesis statement. And I'm going to show you, inshallah, that what a thesis statement is. So you read the headings first, the headings of the passages, okay? And thesis statement if given. Secondly, you read the instructions. These instructions, the instructions tells you what to do, how to find the answer, okay? Like what is being asked from you. This is what the instructions are about. Then we come to the question paper and we see how many sets of questions are being asked from us. Like we have the multiple choice questions, we have a true, false, and not given type of questions. We have fill in the blanks as well. We have wait a minute, I think summary completion and some other types which we will study in depth in our next session, inshallah. Once you have figured out that how many types of questions you have, then you move on to and you focus on the first set of questions and you read the instructions for that. And then fourthly, you highlight keywords. So the IELTS test is designed in a way that you cannot, read and comprehend every bit and piece of information. You have to focus on the keywords and highlight them if you can. At least underline them, because I don't think they allow a highlighter in the exam. So we have two types of keywords, one of which is are the primary keywords, and then we have the secondary keywords. The primary keyword, it gives us the diameter in which our answer is. But the secondary keyword, it gives us the pinpoint location, as you can see in the slides. It gives us the exact location of the answer. So these are the most important the keywords. Whenever you are attempting the reading test, you have to focus on keywords, and primary keywords and secondary keywords, okay? Some of the guys have texted me just a few seconds. I'm going to answer a text. Okay. Okay, so sorry. We have the keywords, and these are very important. Then we have don't read the whole passage, and this is what most of the students expect before they even start their preparation, that we have to read all the passages, begin with the first passage and read it till the end, thoroughly comprehend the whole passage, and then come to the questions and go back to the passage and find the answer, which is incorrect. And this is not the best possible solution for the tackling the reading test of the IELTS. So we don't read the whole passage. Then what do we do? How do we find our answers? The way we will discuss that later on, how to find the answers without even reading the whole passage. And IELTS test is designed in such a way that you do not have that much time to read the whole passage and then the questions and find the answer then. So you do not have that much time for reading the whole passage and then finding the answers. So we will study. We will come to that how to ascertain answers without reading the whole passage. Moving on, we have an incorrect. We have an incorrect heading for the slide. For slide number 3, which is, let me rename it, timing of the test, time management, in fact. Okay. So we have 3 passages, and we have a total of 60 minutes or 1 hour for the reading test. So you give 20 minutes to each passage, 20 minutes to the first passage, and then 20 to the second passage, and 20 to the last passage. Now those 20 minutes, they are going to be divided into 2. So 18 minutes, you are focusing on finding the answers, okay? If you can't find the answer, the wild guess, which you first, whenever you read the question and go to the passage, that what you have a wild guess that this must be the answer, or this is most probably the answer. So you use your wild guess in case you cannot find the answer in a minute. So we have 18 minutes for finding the answers and 2 minutes for proofreading. Why? Because exam has pressure. Well, so whenever we attempt the exam, we do have that pressure because it's the human nature. So we make grammatical mistakes. We make in writing, and we can make spelling mistakes, singular, plural mistakes. So we have to proofread all of our answers in 2 minutes, so that we do not have any shortcomings left, because every shortcoming is going to be punished in IELTS, either in your first mistake or 2-3 mistakes combined. So the time management is that you give 20 minutes to each passage, and out of those 20 minutes, 18 minutes for finding the answers, and 2 minutes for proofreading those answers that you have found out. Next, we have in slide number 4, we have 4 common mistakes that kill your, numbers. They are singular and plural. If there is a blank, for instance, the answer for the blank is egg, and you write eggs. The answer is incorrect. There is no, leniency in this matter. If you write plural form of a noun instead of singular, that's incorrect. No way that can be correct. Then you have capitalization mistakes. So every sentence, as we know, should begin with a capital letter. The first word should be capitalized, and there are proper nouns that should be capitalized, and I is one of them, the pronoun I. We have spelling errors. The spelling errors, if you make a spelling error, then the answer is incorrect. Then we have word count. Word count, meaning the answer should be given in 2 words, in 1 word actually, and you write 2 words, such that you say there is a blank, and before the blank we have a number, an integer, and it's written 20. So it talks about a distance. So the unit can be kilometer or it can be meter. So if you find the correct, let's assume that kilometer is the correct unit that should be put in the blank. But what you do is that 20 is written before the blank. So there is no need for that. And the instructions tell you to, what to do. Write 1 word only, and you write 2 words. The answer is incorrect, even though you did find the answer. But because of the word count, you lose that mark. So these 4 mistakes, you must keep them in your mind, and every single practice test that you have that you take through the Cambridge IELTS practice test, you have to have these 4 common mistakes in your mind. And we do tend to make these mistakes. Next, we have answers. Answers are in the form of nouns or verbs. These are our answers. So in the reading, we have either the blank or, the MCQ. We do have those, sorry, true, false, not given questions in its likes, but the answer will be either nouns, the answers, or there will be verbs. Let's move on. Is it clear up to now, Brother Shafiq?
Yes.
Okay. So let's move on towards the next slide, which is about, come on, how to read. What you do is that you don't spend more than 1 minute on any question. And this might seem illogical. Why? Because we have 18 minutes for finding the answers, and then we do not spend more than 1 minute on any question. So the logic behind it is that some of the questions are troublesome. You want to, allot some extra time for those difficult questions. So the easy questions, you have to find the answer in 1 minute only. Moving on, we have the order. The questions have order. Like some of the questions, if you find your the summary completion, for example, there are 5 questions in the summary completion, and you found out the answer of the first blank, so you do know that the next question will be we have our paragraph of, for example, 5 lines, and we find our first answer in the 3rd line. We know that the first 3 lines, we do not study them again, because the answer comes from the rest of the passage. So some of the questions have order, but some of them do not have. Only two types of them do not have order. One of them is list of headings, and we will come to that. Be, be patient. We'll come to that. And we have matching information as well. So these two types of questions do not have any order. If you have a passage of 7 paragraphs, the first question, the first answer might be found in the seventh paragraph or sixth paragraph, while the second answer might be, located or it may be resided in the first paragraph. So these questions do not have any order, a chronological order. You have to be prepared for that. And I do have ways to tackle that. How to tackle? We still don't read the whole passage. At some point we might, but mostly we do not read the whole passage, even with the questions that do not have chronological order. The rest of the question does have a chronological order. So these questions are comparatively easy compared to matching information in list of headings. Okay, let's move on to the practice. Now, this was all about the IELTS reading do's and don'ts, and it seems very only a few words, okay, or a few slides, but trust me, it takes a lot of time to gain a grip of it. So yes, I'm going to give you a few questions, but because we do not have any participant with us in the session, I'm going to open the book and I'm going to tell you about the questions, and I will also give you the answer for the question as well. Just give me a break. Give me time to take a break, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I will try to 5 questions pertaining to the test. uh, All right, all right. So it's time to practice, but we have no participant for practice. So I'm going to, focus. I'm going to decide on which questions to focus on, and I'm going to find their answers as well. So before we go to I made a big statement that we do not read the whole passage in IELTS. Then what do we do? Oh man, I'm sorry. The screen sharing has been paused. Sorry. So we do not read the whole passage in IELTS. What do we do then? How do we find answers? The way is by scanning and skimming. Scanning means is that you only scan the passage, and skimming, skimming is reading for the purpose of, finding the context of the passage. So these are the two things which we through which we find our answers, combined with the keywords. Okay, so we have the reading question types. They are going to be covered in the next lecture, inshallah, and I'm going to deliver the next session as well, even without a single participant, as is the case right now. I don't care. Even though if the people they question me, I don't care. Who cares? Let them question. But because I know that if I deliver 2 to 3 lectures and some of the participants find it beneficial, the next time they will come. And even though if nobody comes, I do have, I do have a lot of benefits that I take out of it. But that's beside the point. I'm not trying to, this is not, time to hold grudges or, talk about personal life. Lastly, the last slide is about suggestions, but no suggestions due to the absence of the participants. Okay, so let's come to practice. I'm going to open the Cambridge IELTS book 16 for the academic IELTS. Okay, so this is book 16, and we have, up to now, we have 18 books. And a person who wants to take 6.5 plus band should at least, not at least, but should at least practice 12 books. And if they practice all of the 18 books, then that's obviously, a sign, an indication that the guy is going to take a great overall band score. Okay, so